Hi guys, Artiar here. So we just got a new maintenance update from Etheria start. So for the hyperlink chatter here, you're gonna have a new Arena 2 here. That's actually more mission for us to do now, like doing our RTA, and then we can't really take a look here, but we can see there's a lot more other mission for us to actually complete. So probably more Latis and also more free summon for us. This is actually a very good update here, because one of my video actually mentioned they gonna update the hyperlink chatter, but they only specifically update for the arena because compared with other hyperlink chatter here, the arena mission is actually the lowest, right? So they did update that, and not just that, also at the archive here, we can already see the two new Animus in game. One is gonna be Mizusumi Aya, and the other one is gonna be Kokardi. So Kokardi, I thought he's actually gonna be a green unit because based on his color, he's actually gonna be, it's green, right? The whole color is actually green, but he's actually a red unit. Okay, it's a red unit, and then we have the other unit here like blue color, but then she's actually a green unit. All right, she's actually hollow, and then for the green guy is actually reason. Like, you are still green, but you're actually at full red color, right? If we look at the other unit here, like the red one, they're actually very red design color. All right, and then if we look at the blue one, they are very blue color scheme. And then when we look at the green one, they're actually very green as well. You can see all the color scheme, and then I don't know, probably they halfway changed their element, I'm not sure. So the first one we're gonna take a look here is Kokardi. So Kokardi is a red element, and we can take a look here. S1, base do damage, single target hit, 240% to a single enemy, and applies 1 stack of Calamity Flame to himself. So Calamity Flame is a special buff for himself. Each stack of the Calamity Flame increase true indirect damage added by Flame Strike. Flame Strike is your passive, okay. With the damage increase of equal 1.5% of the target's max HP, but you cannot be higher than 20% of Kokardi's attack. You can stack up to 16 times. You cannot dispel this buff. So if you increase this by 16 times, which means the maximum damage you can actually apply with this flame here is 320%, because one stack is 20% of Kokardi attack, and you can stack up to 16 times, so it's 320% of Kokardi attack, and it's an indirect true damage. So when we are talking about indirect true damage, right, you can consider that as a revelation damage, because revelation here is also an indirect true damage, indirect real damage, right? So it's like another white proc damage that is basically a true damage that is additional counting, and is based on Kokardi's attack by 320%. And then this is also skills with the enemy max HP. So basically it's like a mini revelation in his kit. So for the passive here, like all these things is so useless, like fools never learn, the answer is revealed, all these things is actually very useless. Okay, when any ally is alive, Kokardi cannot be selected as the primary target by the enemy skill. Wow! If he's a DPS, right? So he can't be targeted as the primary target by the enemy skill. So he's like default with stealth mode. Your default with stealth mode, you only can get damage by AoE damage because you can't target him as the main target. So it's very good when you pair with other supporter, and your supporter don't die, then you can't attack him. This effect does not work when under control effect. Oh, so he's in stealth mode, but if he's actually in control, then he's no longer in the stealth mode. Then when Kokardi has the Calamity Flame effect and scores a crit, so you need the flame, which you get the flame actually from S1, and then when you crit, then it will do 1 additional damage of true indirect damage based on the target max HP. Shell will not trigger this. Okay, so it needs to crit as well. The Calamity Flame here, you need to crit. So basically a revelation built into his kit. Shell will not trigger this. After 2 action, Kokardi deals 300% damage to all enemy, AoE damage 300%, and increase all ally with turn meter push 20%, and applies crit rate up for 2 turns. Crit rate up is also for all ally, right? Because increase all allies turn meter by 20% and apply crit rate up. Yeah, so everyone, your whole ally get turn meter push, and then everyone get crit rate up, and then apply 2 Calamity Flame to himself, so he can actually boost faster for the Calamity Flame. Oh, stack apply increase to 2 stack. Oh, so you can actually apply stack up even faster. Yeah, So if you without skill up, then it's 1 stack. So with your skill up, then your passive can actually stack up Calamity Flame a lot more faster. Wow, this is actually very good. So after 2 action is like, I'm curious, like after every 2 action means our ally 2 action or his 2 action. Probably his 2 action, right? So after he do 2 action, then he is going to cast 1 AoE damage for free, and all your ally get Terminator push and crit rate up as well. Unless it's actually going to be your ally do that as well, he also do AoE damage, then it's so freaking good. Okay, so based on the S1, S2 is already very good. That AoE is S3 AoE damage, right? Kokardi unleash damage, applies crit rate up to himself. Okay, self crit rate up, and then dealing 360% damage to all enemy, increasing his turn meter by 35%, and apply 3 stack of Calamity Flame to himself. Okay, so AoE damage. Okay, he apply crit rate up to himself first. So like Gally, he will apply crit rate up to himself, then do AoE damage 360%, and then turn meter push himself with 35%, and you get 3 stack of Calamity Flame. So with 3 stack of Calamity Flames, that which means your S2, the passive here, is going to do a AoE damage with apply of 60% of Kokardi's attack as a revelation damage. I see. Dang, this is actually very good. So he's a double AoE damage. S3 crit rate up for himself, and then do AoE damage, turn meter push himself, and get 3 stack. And then whenever every 2 actions, so probably when he takes his turn again, then he's gonna cast S1, right? Then cast S1, get 1 stack. So he's gonna get 4 stack of Calamity Flame now. Okay, this is a single target. So with 4 Calamity Flame, and then he will trigger this every 2 action, he will do a AoE damage 300%, and then turn meter push our all ally and apply crit rate up for all our ally as well, and then apply 2 stack of Calamity Flame. But before you apply the 2 stack of Calamity Flame, you're gonna do AoE damage, right? And then with additional 80% of Kokardi's attack of Calamity Revelation damage. This is so good. I hope this actually make up my Cleave team, because after I watched through the patch note, it's like everything or mostly is buffing Bruiser a lot, and then as a Cleave player I'm actually pretty sad. Right, but with this unit here, I will actually summon for him a lot, because I want to play him like 2 AoE skill here with some turn meter push in, and also with a self built-in revelation damage. This is actually so good. It's an indirect true damage, so this damage here will bypass the defense. When Kokardi has Calamity and scores a crit, it will do 1 additional. I want to see like how he action in PvP. It looks so good in his kit. Then let's take a look at Prolus here. Prolus, it gives crit rate and crit damage. Alright, so nothing too broken, right? They didn't do anything like the plume situation. But yeah, wow, his kit is so good, and it's actually for a cleaver. Wow, I will definitely summon for him, and I will build him. Then how about Mizusumi Aya? So S1 here, do damage 240%, and then after attacking, there's a 25% chance to reduce all enemy skill cooldown by 1 turn. Wow. Reduce skill cooldown by 25% chance, so it's actually gambling. So you probably can build him like Bramble, or probably with Battle Wheel, so you can actually have more chance to spam the S1, then have more chance to reduce the cooldown for your whole team. Then S2 is a passive. At the start of each turn, purify 1 debuff from all allies and heal them 15% of their max HP upon successful. Oh, so if you purify 1 debuff effect from all ally, and then if you're successful to actually purify a debuff, then you heal 15% of their max HP. It's kind of similar with Sanya, right? Because Sanya also can heal. Okay, but then the condition for Sanya is if Sanya able to take action. If Sanya not able to take action, then Sanya cannot trigger the passive to heal, right? But then for her situation is they did not mention that she needs to able to take action, which means whenever at the start of each turn, then she will dispel 1 debuff from all your ally, and then heals everyone for 15%. So this is actually a very good unit for those bruiser. And then because it brings 50% heal based on max HP, it will purify 1 debuff even if she's at control, I assume. So it will be very good for countering CC as well, because if she only have one debuff like Slumbo, she actually able to purify the debuff away and then heal everyone. This is actually so good if she actually works like what I thought. Then your S3 here, increase all allies turn meter push by 40% turn meter push, wow, and reduce all enemies and shell CD by 1 turn. Whenever a unit dies, reduce this cooldown by 2 turns. If this skill have no cooldown, increase... If this skill has no CD, increase Mizusumi Aya turn meter by 80%. What does this mean? If this skill have no CD. So if this skill is ready, does that mean that if this skill is just ready, then she instantly get turn meter push by 80%? Does this even work at the start of the combat? Oh no, okay. I think this line here is actually together. No way is that broken, right? No way he instantly get 80% of turn meter push at the start, right? So I think it's whenever a unit die, it will reduce the cooldown by 2 turns. But if this cooldown, if the S3 here is already ready, so you won't get benefit by the reduced cooldown by 2 turns, but then this effect, reduced cooldown by 2 turns, change to Aya instantly get turn meter push by 80%. Yeah, I think this is more reasonable. So if someone die, reduce her cooldown by 2 turns, so she can able to spam the S3 faster. But if your S3 is already ready, then she's gonna turn meter push herself by 80%, basically almost gonna get her 1 turn, and she's gonna cast S3, turn meter push everyone, and reduce everyone and CD, including the shell. And because she's gonna take the turn, and when she take the turn, she's gonna purify 1 debuff and heal everyone with 15%. So this is actually a very good healer with self-built Gigabyte, in my opinion. In a way, it's not really Gigabyte, but in a way it is a self-built Gigabyte, and also with some purify and heal. I would say it's kind of like Sanya, but non-revive. Sanya can revive someone, but for Aya it's not able to revive someone, but instead it's gonna turn meter push your team very fast and then also reduce your cooldown. Because if you make her in a bruiser team, right, so your bruiser team usually is slow, but if you put Aya in your team, Aya can actually keep turn meter pushing your team, so your bruiser can keep cutting in the enemy turn, and then also get healers as well. Okay, so the S1 here is something add-on. I will say the main thing is actually the S3 turn meter push 40% is very high, and not to mention with cooldown reduction. And then after that, after she take the turn, she will also purify and heal as well. It's actually a lot more better compared with other healer in the game. I would say she's also very good as a healer position. Then for the Prolus here is healing done. Oh, she's gonna provide more healing at the Duke 2, and then effect resistant. Okay, so I will say Aya is actually very strong as well as a healer job. Probably able to replace, I'm not sure if able to replace Sanya, but she's definitely going to be one of the core unit, because she have Purified, she have AoE turn meter push, she have AoE cooldown reduction, and then self turn meter push as well if someone actually die, so she can cut in and then push your whole team with turn meter push and then heal everyone again. It's a very good add-on into the Bruiser team in my opinion. And then Kokardi is a very good add-on for the Cleave player like me. So I will get Kokardi for sure. I really like his kit. I would like to see how he action, because the passive here, the indirect true damage, is actually very interesting. Right, so if this every 2 action here counts as ally, is broken. But even if the every 2 action doesn't count as ally, it's just Kokardi himself, it's also very good, because it would do a lot of consistent true damage, and not to mention he cannot be selected as the primary target by the enemy skill unless he actually get control. Right, so I'm actually looking forward to build both of them, but I'm actually more interested towards Kokardi as a DPS, because we have like very long time don't have any new raid DPS, and now we finally have one. And then Aya here is going to be a very good purifier and also healer as well. Alright, so what do you guys think about these 2 upcoming new enemies, and who are you more interested in, and which part you are actually more interested on? Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is Trencan, thank you so much for your support. And for the supporter or patron of Artiar, which is Louis Schneider, Agni, Wang Tamer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwatts, Rimu, Chorny, Antonio Winterspoon, First Law, D&D, thank you so much for your support. And special thanks to the Super Thanks MVP, HMZ Riggs, thank you so much for your support. Special thanks for the direct support on the live stream super chat for the latest 10. Thank you so much for Code Wardeners, Calamity, Agni, Love Fatima, Fatima Little Underwear, Bloods, Riku Fred, Chorny. Thank you so much for your support.